The Hearts of Gold podcast is brought to you by the Grow and Share Network, produced by Off the Walter Media Productions.
Welcome to Hearts of Gold. Today we have a special guest, our very first Silver Award Girl Scout. Hi, Sauyer.
Hi.
Can you tell us about your Girl Scout Silver Award project?
I can. And so my Silver Award project is the Quarantine Club, which is a take action podcast featuring my 3P call to action, inspiring teens to be present, positive, and part of the solution to the teen impact of COVID-19.
What prompted you to start a podcast?
So I've been a Girl Scout for 9 years. And if there's anything I've learned about Girl Scouts, it's how to take action. And that's exactly what I did. When I saw that the world was shut down by COVID-19, I decided that I was going to take action by addressing a need not only in my local community, but also my global community.
What got you interested in podcasting itself?
I had been taking classes about podcasting, and it seemed very interesting to me. And since I am in a family full of public speakers and I chose to become one as well, I thought it would be interesting to start a podcast.
What have you learned about the podcast production behind the scenes that you didn't know beforehand?
I figured out how hard it was to record. I thought you would just take one tape and it would be okay. But no, you have to take several tapes and do it over and over again until you think it's to the ability that you want it to be. Also, the editing, it's a lot of editing, especially if you record several tapes and then morph them together. It's a lot of editing, a lot of things you have to use, a lot of graphic design, all of that.
How do you come up with your podcast topics for each episode?
I usually research a topic or I find a topic online and I just really dive into it. Like my first episode, which is Disrupted, I decided to write that about how COVID-19 pretty much disrupted everyone's lives.
Most of your episodes are solo episodes, but some of them you have a guest. What's it like producing the two different platforms of podcasts?
Okay, so with solo, it's a lot easier, of course. The one where I do have someone with me, which is part of season 2, and it was also part of my tech fair for school. It was with me and one of my best friends. And it was really because we were on Anchor trying to get the platform to sync us together so that we could talk in one platform, but it wasn't working. So we had to end up being on the phone and just record that.
You mentioned that that episode was also for a school activity. How do you balance your Girl Scout activities and your Silver Award with all of your other activities?
I've always been a busy person, whether that was like cheerleading or doing a bunch of clubs. Like now I'm in like 7 or 6 clubs at my school. I've always been a really busy person. So for me, balancing many things at a time is easier. For some people, it might not be, but for me, it's way easier. So I kind of just distance myself from both, as in I separately work on school and then I separately work on my podcasts and Girl Scouts together.
How do you schedule that and balance it between the two?
I have a calendar on my phone that reminds me of everything. So if I have any Girl Scout event, it's going to send me a reminder like 30 minutes ahead of time or ahead of time. So I really tune in on my calendar on my phone.
You also earned your Girl Scout Bronze Award. Can you tell us about that project?
So yes, my Girl Scout Bronze Award was actually with my whole entire troop, which my mother is the leader of. And it was called Storming the Drains, or Storm Drain Stenciling Day. And it's pretty much us educating the community about how to not dump things into the storm drains, because those go into our rivers and creeks and it messes up not only our pollution in the air, but also in the water.
What would people put down storm drains that shouldn't be there?
A lot of rain access. So if your dog has pooped in your lawn and it rains, that can go in there. Any grass products, any products that maybe have leaked from your car, anything like that. And then some people just dump things in them thinking that they're like a type of trash can, which they're not. They leak again into rivers and streams. So please don't dump things into the storm drain.
What are some tips and tricks that people can consider to keep those types of things out of the storm drains?
Maybe try to not do things on your lawn as much. Like if your dog poops on your lawn, please pick it up. If you want to get your lawn done, or if you want chemicals in your lawn, make sure it's not on a rainy day or a rainy week, because that of course messes things up. Check your car out. Make sure your car is not spilling any oil. Make sure your car is not leaking anything. And if it is, go take it to like a handyman or something like that.
Another Girl Scout activity you were involved in was a presentation at the Capitol when you were much younger that actually made it onto the CBS Evening News. Can you tell us about that experience and what it was like to be on national news?
At first, I didn't know I was going on national news, to be honest. I thought it was just an interview at the Capitol. We were at the Capitol to change one of the Savannah bridges to Juliette Gordon Lowe's name. So I was there with another Girl Scout friend of mine, and we were just walking around, and this dude came up to us and he was like, can I interview you guys? And I was just like, sure. And I was not prepared at all, but it seems that I did a very good job because I was put on the news for it. And the girl that was also put on the news for it, we are still friends to this day.
Did you get a lot of phone calls after that went on national news?
I did. My aunts were calling me. My mom was telling me. I didn't know I was on the news, but everyone else did.
What was it like being a Girl Scout advocate at the Capitol?
It was very interesting. I had never experienced anything like that before. And I think if you want to go advocate at the Capitol for a Girl Scout event or anything like that, you should. It's very interesting and it's very fun.
What other Girl Scout activities have you been involved with?
I'm really into cybersecurity, been in several cybersecurity camps. I also went to the Attack on Cybersecurity event in Augusta, Georgia at the main cybersecurity firm. Other things I've done is some Girl Scout camps. I have my babysitting license. I have my CIT training. So I'm really in tune with Girl Scout camps and all of that. I do a lot of journeys. I am a legacy Girl Scout. I have almost earned all the badges in all the levels, except the new ones that just got released because I'm not in those levels anymore. And I've earned all the journeys in those levels as well.
What is your favorite camp experience?
Definitely working with the brownies. They are very, very, very interesting little girls. They ask very peculiar questions, and they're very fun and funny to hang out with.
What other activities are you involved with outside of Girl Scouts?
So I'm in a lot of clubs, as I said before. I used to do competitive cheerleading, but not anymore. I'm in Beta Club, Drama Club, Band, SGA, Student Ambassador. Let me think. TAC, TSA, which is a tech club.
What are you looking for in your future?
I'm really into cybersecurity. I want to be a cybersecurity forensics analyst, and I'm hoping to get certifications for that in high school. And I'm also looking forward to raising my podcast all the way till I'm an adult.
Have you considered your Girl Scout Gold Award project yet?
I have a few ideas, and I'm so excited to be doing that next year since I'm in 8th grade this year. I'm so excited to be doing that, and I hope that when I'm done, I get to be interviewed again.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience?
Something that's really, really, really important to do, whether it's gold or silver or bronze, is high award journaling. Journal everything from hours, times, dates, conversations, quotes, drawings, everything.
Do you have an example of something that you journaled that you either went back to your journal or you forgot to journal that had an impact?
Some stuff that I forgot about while writing my proposal were some of the other I had for Silver Award projects. And I went back in my journal and I just looked through here and I was just like, wow, I had a lot of ideas before I picked to do a podcast.
How did you narrow that down?
I think it all came to par when I saw that most of these ideas probably needed to be in person, and that most of these ideas weren't aligned with something that I feel like I would do. So I decided that I was going to do a podcast, not only because it was not face to face, but also because it's something that I know I can do by myself without anyone else's help or without anyone else influencing me to do something different.
How do you make your s'mores?
I make my s'mores differently. It depends on where I am. So with my troop, we like to make our s'mores with different marshmallows, maybe like flavored marshmallows, and different types of chocolate. At camp, we make them with Oreos, which is very good. And then sometimes we even replace the graham cracker with a Girl Scout cookie.
Well, thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you for having me.
Make sure to click subscribe or follow so you always know when new episodes are released. And don't forget to power your passion and conquer your challenges.
The Hearts of Gold podcast is brought to you by the Grow and Share Network, produced by Off the Walter Media Productions. Thank you for listening and spreading the word on what we do. If you want to share your story of how you earned your Gold Award, reach out and send an email to growandsshare@outlook.com. Be sure to listen to the newest episodes on your favorite podcast app, as well as view the full video episodes on youtube.com/Cheryl M. Robinson. That's youtube.com/Cheryl, the letter M, Robinson. Take care, and we'll see you next time.